the NHL, but every single team only has one player on their roster. I have gone across the entire NHL, basically eliminating 99% of every single franchise. Every team is only going to have one player staying on their roster, and they are going to have to carry them the entire way. As you can see here with Colorado, they have Nathan MacKinnon and literally nothing else. Now, for the goaltenders, I did leave the goalies the same, so I did not move any, so some teams might have better advantages than others because of the fact that not only do they have one superstar playing out there on the ice, but they also have a very good goalie backing them up. So this should be a very interesting simulation, and we are going to see what team can go on with only one player playing on it and win the Stanley Cup. Now, I went ahead manually and removed every single player from every single franchise besides one, obviously, and I hope it does not change as we go ahead and simulate. I literally just looked, and all the players are still technically on the roster, but they are just not playing in the game right now, and hopefully the CPUs do not change that, and we just have a regular-ass NHL league. So, at the end of the season, we got the New York Rangers finishing as the best team with Artemi Panarin playing on at 54 wins, followed by the Florida Panthers. Carolina was very good. Anaheim, surprisingly, with only Troy Terry and John Gibson in goal, are going to go on to be the fourth best team in the entire league. Winnipeg had a good season. Toronto was up there, as well as Chicago. And at the bottom, we got Seattle with only 20 wins on the season, which was 11 less than the Dead Wings. So they were very, very bad with Brendan Montour. Nathan MacKinnon will go ahead and lead the league in scoring, 124 points. Matthews had 120. Both Pasta and Panarin both had 111. Jack Hughes was up there with 110. Connor McDavid wasn't that great on the point side, but on the goal side, he would lead with 71 tucks on the season. Matthews was 4 behind with 67. Nathan MacKinnon and Nikita Kucherov, as well as David Pastrnak, all had 65. Bedard, 61 as a 19-year-old. Ovi still kicking it with 59 himself. And Artemi Panarin will have to carry the job for goalies. We got Igor Shesterkin having the most wins at 44. The Rangers, I mean, they were the best team. John Gibson had 41, Hellebuck 38, Markstrom 38, Bobrovsky had 37 wins. And on the shutout side, it will be none other than John Gibson tying for the league lead at 8, as well as Demko, Luukkonen, Saros, and Freddie Anderson all having 8 shutouts apiece. Who had the best save percentage here? It was Freddie Anderson with a .918 on the season. Now, as we head into the postseason, this is what our playoff bracket looks like yet again. We got the Oilers and the Kings in round number 1. I'm getting sick of that. And Toronto, Boston. So another Game 7 exit by the Maple Leafs incoming. Not too many competitive series in round number 1, but the Pittsburgh Penguins have the defending Stanley Cup champions on the ropes, up 3-2 in the series, 1-0 in the game here in the third period, and trying to advance to round number 2. Sid the Kid, he don't need any help, baby. All he needs is Tristan Jarry back there between the pipes, and let him carry the boat. 7 minutes to go. Still a 1-0 game. Shots are 31-29. There hasn't been a shot on net by the Penguins in like 7 minutes. Nonetheless, they are going to cash in. Aho will score. 2-0 victory, and they eliminate the defending champs. The Hurricanes are also up 3-2 in their series over the New Jersey Devils. They got a 3-1 lead entering the third period. 4-1 now, as it looks like they're dominating New Jersey. Outshoot the holdup. Jack Hughes has 1 goal in this game. Will make it. And then Sedak and Lemieux 5-3. We got a little bit of a barn burner here in the third period. 5-4. Jack Hughes willing his squad, trying to force a Game 7. 5 minutes remaining to go in the third period. Will the Hurricanes hold on? They will. And they are off to round number 2. The Boston Bruins can do the unthinkable and eliminate Toronto in 6 games instead of 7. They get a 3-2 series advantage, a 1-0 lead entering the third period thanks to none other than Kostelic on Anthony Stolarz. And right now, the Toronto Maple Leafs trying not to lose to Boston. Martin Jones, that's not even Martin Jones. Kostelic again, his second of the night, and the Maple Leafs, I mean, they're the laughing stock of the NHL for a goddamn reason. And yet again, another first-round exit to the Boston Bruins in the postseason. The Edmonton Oilers are trying to beat the LA Kings yet again. First period, we got a 1-1 tie thanks to McDavid and Turcotte. Second period, still knotted up at 1 apiece as we enter the third. Obviously, over the last 3 years, the Oilers have dominated the Kings, beat them in the first round every single year. Game 7, Game 6, Game 5. And it looks like Kopitar and Stuart Skinner will give the LA Kings the lead late in the third period, trying to force a Game 7 yet again, but Connor McDavid will score. We got a 2-2 series tie. And we are indeed headed to overtime. Let's see what we got here. First shot, first goal, first win. There we go. The Edmonton Oilers yet again beat LA in round 1. I honestly have no idea how Connor Bedard right now is currently beating Nathan MacKinnon, and it's a 4-0 game for the Chicago Blackhawks. Bedsy doesn't have a single goal in the game. And there we go. Colorado gets on the board. They're down by 3. It's going to be a tough hole to climb out of. They're already down 3-2 in the series. The Blackhawks looking to win a playoff round for the first time in how long? As they are going to defeat Colorado 5-1 in game number 6. And finally, one final series. The only game 7 of the entire first round. The Rangers hold a 1-0 lead over the Ottawa Senators entering the third period. Thanks to this plug. I don't know who the hell that guy is. Regardless, it is Breadman versus Brady Tkachuk. 1v1 essentially with goalies in the mix. So you never truly know. There we go. Brady Tkachuk will tie the game up. Late stages of the third period, we are headed to overtime. And here we are, game 7 overtime. Pretty much doesn't get any better than this. Artemi Panarin versus Brady Tkachuk, 1v1 essentially with a bunch of other plugs surrounding him. Brady, get in on that forecheck, brother. Back to the point, blasting it. Igor, nice save by Shesterkin. I'm very interested to see how this plays, considering there is only one player on each team that we are going to recognize. I made sure that I removed every 80-plus overall player on every single team in the NHL, so these guys aren't complete bums, but they're not really the greatest NHL caliber players. Nenstrel over to Jerabik. Jerabik backhander on Shesterkin, easy save. The goalies are definitely going to have to be big here in the postseason for their franchises. If they want to go all the way, that has to be pretty much the only way to get it done, to be honest. The New York Rangers trying to come down with Brady Tkachuk. He's going to look like an absolute god out there. Nestrel coming in the wing. He's getting bodied by Fleek. Over to Jones. Where is Artemi Panarin? He's a right-handed shot. I don't see him on the ice right now for the Rangers. Jones coming in. Jones shooting. Nice save by Allmark. Pospill. I'm going to throw... no, we're going to leave the second line. I'm not really going to change the Rangers too much here. I'll up their strategy, so at least we have some fun gameplay. But McEwen coming in. McEwen waiting, shooting, and right in the breadbasket for Igor Shesterkin. You guys know the rules. I'm going to sit through at least one overtime frame. Hopefully we get a winner here, as it is only round number 1. So we got 3 more rounds to go here in the video. McEwen to a Stapchuk. Shesterkin's going to cover it up. He's not going to play that puck. And full pressure for the Sens for 26 more seconds. Rangers might honestly love this in real life. They got one of the best goalies, one of the best forwards in the entire league. So a 1-2 punch of that, and then not having to worry about filling out the rest of the roster, they'd probably be sitting in a pretty good position. A wild backhander, but Igor will make the save. Halfway through this overtime frame, the Senators trying to get a goal here, trying to head off to round number 2. The Rangers, of course, doing the same. Game 7, anything goes. One shot is all it takes right now for one of these teams to advance to round number 2. Allmark, oh my god, play the puck, you bum! Michael McCarron with the most hits in the NHL right now in the postseason for the Nashville Predators. I believe they're already eliminated. Nonetheless, 8:55 left to go in overtime. Offensive zone drop for the Rangers. Travis Hamonic moves it on up to whoever the hell this bum is. Ottawa coming down the wing right now. Stapchuk coming in, waiting, shooting. Igor flopping on his bum, but will make the save. So far, honestly, pretty boring overtime frame. A few shots on net. Not really the biggest high danger chances, to be honest. 6 minutes, 45 seconds to go. McEwen down low. Out in front to Davo. I think that his name was. I have no idea. The Ottawa Senators had their best chance of the period so far and could not cash in. Zaboral losing it to a Stapchuk. 5 minutes remaining in the overtime frame. I'm hopping the hell out of here if nobody scores. Come on, EA. Give me a goal with these computer AIs. Come on, where are you going? Moving on over to Sakota. Coming in, the Rangers. Matt Rempe. Rempe on the team shooting. Nice save by the goaltender. Rika out in front. Nice defensive play there. Up to Brady Tkachuk. Brady, you should dominate. Attribute effects are 10 out of 10. Brady Tkachuk is like the second highest overall player here. And there's a sizable gap as well. Not a lot of time remaining for either team to get a goal here in the overtime period. Brady on the forecheck. Tkachuk back to the point. Ottawa's moving it around. There it is. Shooting. Rizuka. I don't know what he was doing there. He was finding shin pads like he was Ricky, man. Sam Carrick walking in. Carrick over. Ruedel. Nice save by Linus Ullmark. Less than a minute to go. Can we please have a goal? Panarin. Nice shot on net again. But the Rangers cannot find the back of the net right now. Flex. Or that's Fleek, my bad. Back to Ruedel. Over to Jones. To Carrick. Shooting. And there it is. The New York Rangers will do it. Overtime winner, and they are headed to the second round of the postseason. And now for round number 2, this is what our current matchups look like. We got Chicago, Calgary, Anaheim, and Edmonton in the West, and then in the East, we got New York, Carolina, Boston, and Pittsburgh, the Final Four series. Sid the Kid Crosby, well, technically he's an old man now, but he's carrying the Pittsburgh Penguins. They're up 3-2 over the Boston Bruins, but David Pastrnak and the Bruins have something to say about it right now. Pasta has no goals in the game. Crosby has 1. And there we go. The Pens will take the lead here in the third period. 2 goals in the third already. And Pittsburgh looks like an absolute goddamn wagon, bro. I swear to God, 5 minutes to go. A 3-2 lead for the Pens. And they will indeed advance to the conference finals. For the first time since, 2017? Connor Bedard and the Chicago Blackhawks currently down 3-2 to the Calgary Flames. They're down 4-2 in the game as well. An absolute scoring spree by Nazem Kadri and the Flames. I don't know how Calgary's even this goddamn good, but nonetheless, they're doing their job over a young player in Bedard, but obviously much better than Nazem Kadri right now, especially in this universe. 10 minutes to go, halfway through the third period. Chicago needs to score, and they need to score right now. Down by 2. It is not looking great for the Blackhawks, as the Windy City of Chicago has been eliminated, and the Calgary Flames, of all teams, are in the conference finals. Don't even get me started on this series. How the hell is Troy Terry out-dueling Connor McDavid right now? 3-2 series lead as well for Anaheim. But thank God the Edmonton Oilers trying to force a Game 7, up 2-0 in the third, getting severely outshot as well, 35-18. But it does not matter. The only thing that matters is the scoreboard. And right now the Oilers will hold on, 3-0 victory, and will play in a Game 7. Here we go, the lone Game 7 of round number 2, and entering the third period, McDavid and the Oilers hold on to a 3-2 lead. Shots are 27-18. But it is only a 1-goal game. 1 shot is all it's going to take. I mean, Troy Terry, he could honestly pot one. The rest of the roster, John Gibson is like an 82 overall in this too. So I don't know why they're so good. I believe McDavid and Skinner should be able to get things going here, and they will, as we are going to have a Battle of Alberta in the conference finals. And then there were 4. We got the Battle of Alberta in the West, and then Carolina versus Pittsburgh in the East. Who is advancing to the Stanley Cup Finals? Well, I guess Nazem Kadri is in fact the GOAT. Calgary up 3-1 over my Oilers. It's a 3-3 tie entering the third period. I mean, we're going to need some sort of a historic comeback here. Thank you, McKenna. Is that McKenna? No way he's related to Gavin McKenna. Not a shot on earth. You never know. Maybe he is, but he's got a pair in the third period on Dustin Wolf, as the Edmonton Oilers trying to force a Game 6, but Nazem Kadri, Connor McDavid, answers right away, and we indeed will have a Game 6 back in Calgary. The Hurricanes in the same exact position as the Calgary Flames, up 3-1 over the Pittsburgh Penguins, trying to go back to the Stanley Cup Finals, first time since 2006, and there's Boychuk and Lemieux scoring in the third period, as it looks like the historic run of Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins might be indeed ending here in the conference finals. They have met their match as the Carolina Hurricanes. And there it is. The Carolina Hurricanes will take care of business in the conference finals, dominate the Penguins in 5 games, and advance to the Cup Finals. First time since 2006. And I mean, if the Oilers come back in their series, we could have a rematch of 2006. Nonetheless, very impressed by Crosby and the Pens putting together just a string of great hockey, but unfortunately for Sid, he's not going to be able to make it all the way back and win another Stanley Cup, as the Hurricanes will take this series in the East. Here we go, Game 6 in Calgary. The Oilers season on the line, of course. They're down by 1 entering the third thanks to Pospisil. And the shots, I mean, not a lot of shots by Edmonton. 23-13, now 16 for the Calgary Flames, as they're holding on to a 1-0 lead. The rookie Dustin Wolf could be playing in the Cup Finals for the first time in his career, in his very first season as well, as Nazem the Dream Kadri seemingly holding on here as we have 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the third period. The Oilers full forecheck, full attack, go all out as they're trying to tie the game up. They're only down by 1, so it definitely is possible. Is that Shea? No way, that's Shea Weber. I'm just going to ignore that. 47 seconds to go. Weber, you got to move that puck, Weber. Moves on up to McKenna. Not Gavin McKenna, of course. McDavid, get in there, dude. You got no bucket. Get in there, bud. I don't know what you're waiting for. Hunt coming in, shooting, and he's going to snipe it on Stuart Foreskin Skinner. No way. As he's pretty much going to seal the deal for the Calgary Flames here in the third period. As the Calgary Flames are going to win the Battle of Alberta, defeating my Oilers in 6 games in the conference finals. Nazem Kadri and Dustin Wolf, I guess, are better than Connor McDavid and Stuart Skinner. I guess that's what we find out here. Nonetheless, they played the better series. They were leading 3-1, so it's hard to win a hockey series if you start down and put yourself in a hole. Come on, Edmonton. Nonetheless, why is Nazem Kadri not shaking Connor McDavid's hand there? What is going on? Calgary is off to the Stanley Cup Finals to now play the Carolina Hurricanes. Let's see what's going to happen here in the Stanley Cup Finals. Hurricanes versus Flames. First 2 games. Let's see. Carolina loses game 1. They also lose game 2, so they're down 2-0. There's no way the Flames are about to go all the way in my video right now. This will be a legit they're up 3-0 over the Carolina Hurricanes, dominating them 5-1 in game 3 as we now head into game number 4. Stanley Cup in the building in Calgary, trying to get their second in franchise history. They're down by 1 after 1. Second period, they're down by 3 entering the third. So they're going to need some sort of a miraculous comeback to somehow find a way to win the Stanley Cup on home ice, but I don't think it's going to happen tonight. They're down 4-0 despite outshooting Carolina 33-21, and the Hurricanes will live to fight another day after dominating the Flames 5-0 in Game 4. All right, same position again. The Calgary Flames up 3-2 or 3-1 in the series, 2-0 in the game entering the third period. Obviously, we're in Carolina, not Calgary, but the Stanley Cup's there nonetheless. Ronning will score on Dustin Wolf and make it a game. Calgary outshooting them 43-19. Absolutely dominant. I don't know what has gotten over these Calgary Flame players. Well, actually, it's really just Kadri and Dustin Wolf. Well, here we are with a minute left to go in regulation. The Flames up 3-1 over the Hurricanes, trying to close out the series, trying to win the Stanley Cup for the second time in franchise history. And I mean, Nazem the Dream Kadri, there it is, empty net for Pospill. And the Calgary Flames 4-1 lead in the third. A duo of a rookie Dustin Wolf in the net, and then a veteran who already has a Stanley Cup in Nazem Kadri. Pretty good player. I'm not going to say elite level player. Nonetheless, he's like an 87 overall, and he's going to carry the Flames to a Stanley Cup. What is going on? As the Calgary Flames will go all the way with removing every single player from every single team besides one, of course, and the best duo out of all was none other than Dustin Wolf and Nazem the Dream Kadri. The Flames go on, make history, win their second cup in franchise history. And honestly, I did not see this coming at all. One of the more shocking simulations I think I've ever done in my entire, YouTube career, you could call it, whatever the hell you want to say. Regardless, Kadri, Conn Smythe winner, who else would it be? He's the only player on the team, 13 goals, 19 apples, 32 points. And he was a plus 16, carrying this squad to a Stanley Cup as he's going to grab his second of his career. He won one with the Avs in 22, and now in 2025, willing a bunch of bums alongside him to a Stanley Cup, and there it is, being presented in Carolina. The fans are not happy whatsoever, but here comes, I guess, one of the assistant captains. I don't know why Kadri wouldn't go up and collect the cup. He's the highest overall on the team, but you know what? For you Calgary Flames fans, I'm going to let this play out. You guys sit back, relax, watch this, and enjoy it as a Flames fan, because, hey, you guys did deserve it. In the postseason, Nazem Kadri will outperform Connor McDavid. He played 3 more games, but had 32 points. McDavid had 26. Your mom's a hoe was up there with 11 goals, 26 points himself. Pospiel was, oh my god, he was like a duo to Nazem Kadri. 14 goals, 23 points. Rooney had 23, Ball 18, Pasta 17. Austin Matthews will take home the Ted Lindsay and Hart Trophy. Art Ross to Nathan McKinnon. McDavid will win the Maurice Richard, the Norris to Quinn Hughes, Kadri the Conn Smythe, Igor the Vezina, and yet again, Sasha Barkov dominating the Selke. And that is going to do it for this one, as I've gone ahead and every single NHL team only consisted of 1 player, 1 goaltender, and the best of all was none other than the Calgary Flames. I literally cannot believe it. My worst nightmare is finally true. Nah, but in all seriousness, congrats to Calgary. You guys got the job done. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.